He looked at me, he's like, bro, you gay? I was like, bro, I'm not gay, bro. He just fired. Like, damn, bro.
Yeah. Hey, look. I just started getting money, living lavish in the stool every day. I done turned into a habit.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Different by the fall interview. Let's do it. Sit upstairs, right? Shit, I don't like. Irving! What's going on, twin? What's going on, twin? Yeah. My guys. My guys, man. You ready?
I'm doing good.
This is my cameraman, Dodge. My guy Marcos and his girl.
How you doing, yo?
Hey!
Long time no see.
How you been, bro?
Good. Fuck with the hat.
You fuck with it? Yeah. I'm wearing this shit all winter, bro. I ain't taking it off. It's keeping me warm, bro. I'm in my Eskimo era. Oh, I like the table way better than the chairs.
I've
never
really,
won.
even though I have my own brand, I wear this hoodie.
Every
To the
day,
death,
bro,
you know what I'm
every
saying?
day. Every time I swipe up, I say, it's the hoodie or me. She like sweat. I'm just happy to be here, man. I just love life. you know who Sketch is, bro? You ever see me and AJ doing that shit? We're like this. I hate him, bro. Go back to Atlanta, bro. This morning, I woke up. I had 3 eggs, avocado toast, and what else I had? Oh, I had bacon. Are we fucking with microwavable bacon? Is that we fuck with that? No, is that crazy that I eat that shit? Is that bad for my health? Am I too loud? Thanks for fixing me, twin. You know I used to play drums? Psych, I lied. I didn't. I played saxophone though. I used to be nasty on the sax. Used to play hot cross buns, everything. I was tough. That's really where the music career started. It was really I was trying to become a saxist. It was nice, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I'm in a big boy. I feel like J. Cole about to like come out of the corner, like dab me up and give me some like crazy game. Be like, yo, you gonna make it, twin. Like, yeah, let's go.
Ready?
Super ready. Born ready.
I don't sip the wop, I sip pulling springs. Bitch, I need a chain, hit up Johnny Dang.
Alright. My name's Marco. This is my beautiful girlfriend, Braylon.
I can introduce myself.
Shut the We about to start a podcast.
Braylon, hello.
We about to start a podcast called PP, the Peaceful Podcast, and I got you right here behind the camera. He put a battery in the back of my back, in the back of the back, saying we should start a podcast because she loud as fuck, and I'm trying to whisper and shit, and you know there's a podcast going on back there, and I don't know what else I'm saying right now, but you know we about to start something up, so
Mans didn't let me say one word.
stay tuned, alright, PP, wherever you get your podcast at. We gonna start the podcast off with the fit check. Tell me your fit. What's up?
He's from Sheen.
Alright.
He's from Sheen. Sheen.
What are they?
Marshall.
Describe the
Fucking long side.
don't curse. We gotta. It's all our advertisements are on now. I thought we
I can cuss if I want. You can bleep it out in the edits.
Alright.
This is Sheen. This is also Sheen.
Bro, she fucking
This Marshall's. That's it.
The chain.
The chain.
Oh, my mom got this for me.
The earrings.
Sentimental.
The earrings.
I don't have earrings.
The nail. What about the rings?
The ring.
I got these from Sheen.
Show your Sheen model right now. Yo, Sheen, if you're watching this, you know who the fuck.
Sponsor me,
You know who the
please.
sponsor. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's your turn.
Shit. I got the beater gazelles on. Oh wait, these are the Sambas, my B. I'm legitimized already.
Look at the camera, not me.
Slumpy Kev on a pant, you know what I'm saying? And denim. Little Park Avenue Art Studio, shout out my mama. A little Calvin Klein puffer. Don't vape. Yeah. Just wrapped up.
Bro, you ain't never seen me move fast.
You hungry, Dodge? Cause I'm starving, bro. What are we getting? Yo, can we go? Can we?
Buy me food, you know?
Oh yeah, that's the barter system we have. He has to work in the sweatshop, and then I buy him food like every once in a while.
You're racist. You're racist.
Yeah, bro. That's what they call it. They call it the sourpuss sweatshop, bro. They like, yo, they got me out here. With, yeah, just you gotta bring him to like McDonald's and get whatever you want. Yeah, I wore jorts in winter. It's the white in me, you know. It's the white in me showing.
Bring you back to Atlanta.
I told them I got this hat in Alaska. Like I traded with my Eskimo brothers.
Yo.
It was like a top 5 invention, bro. Whoever invented the burrito needs to get some crazy head, bro. Okay, bro. That's like a top 5 invention, bro. I'm not saying I would give him it, but I'm saying like.
That's what it sounded like.
No, I'm saying. Alright. Yo, you know what's crazy today? I was talking to my mans like about like the shoot. I was like, yeah, I got this dude. He's a model. He's coming up. He's like 5. Like, but I was saying like his career is 5. Right, like the modeling shit he does. He looked at me. He's like, "Were you gay?" I was like, "Bro, I'm not gay, bro. He just fired." Like, damn, bro. You get out of a relationship, all of a sudden they come in looking at you crazy.
What's going on, people? It's Justin, co-host of The Juice. We're doing our first Juice interview of the year. I'm here with Sammy Sukes, entrepreneur, business owner, fly guy with a fly hat. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's going on, yo? What's going on? It's Sammy Sukes, artist out of New Jersey, coming up here to Syracuse. Yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me here today. Mm-hmm. And, you know, God bless bringing us together. And let's do it.
Yeah, so you say you're from Jersey, but I know personally you're not from New Jersey. You're from,
okay.
You're from Connecticut.
I'm repping Jersey. I'm not claiming Connecticut anymore as much as I used to. I am a 203 baby. I got it tatted on me. It wasn't no disrespect. Shout out to everybody at home that's still showing love, still supporting. It all means the world. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. But I'm a little bit older now. It's New Jersey. It sounds better when I'm trying to network. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I go up to somebody and I'm like, "Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm from Connecticut." They're looking at me like, "What do you? Where?"
I mean, well, hip hop's not too prominent.
At all. There's like
Connecticut.
There's
so
no scene in Connecticut.
Yeah, so you gotta tell me like how that got started, like liking hip hop. Like why do you chose hip hop and not rock? You know, or unless you grew up listening to something different. But why hip hop?
Well, it all started really because my dad was a DJ. So growing up, he used to play a lot of hip hop music around me. A lot of Jay-Z, a lot of Nas, just a lot of like New York artists, especially too. And so he put me on at like an early age on rap music. And got me into that flow of stuff. And then it wasn't until about like 8th grade where I started really rapping. And that's when I started realizing like, yo, nobody does this around here like at all. So, you know, just through online on the internet, I met my boy Trunks and my boy Yassine, and we started rapping together. And we was rapping in South Jersey. And so I would take the train all the way from Connecticut to South Jersey just to go record for, you know, like 4 hours. And then I would go all the way back. Same day, take a train, Uber. Sometimes I would even stay the night at one of their houses. And so, you know, they definitely helped me in those early stages get on because there was nothing in Connecticut. And there's still nothing in Connecticut. That's why I don't even really go back there. But, you know, thank God I found a spot out here in Jersey that let me, you know, figure shit out.
Yeah, your style.
I can curse.
Yeah, it's all good. Your style and music compared to now to back then, you had like that SoundCloud grimy.
When I first started, bro, I didn't know what I was doing.
I just like Sammy, right?
Yeah, I went by Lil Sammy when I first started. Yeah, bro, I was just trying to have fun. Like I was trying to figure it out. Like I remember, like when I first showed up to the studio, like I had no clue how any of it worked. And it wasn't like Trunks and Yassine were literally like teaching me how to rap. Like, okay, you're gonna put in your first vocals. This is gonna be your first verse. Okay, the hook's gonna come in here. Now we're gonna do some ins and outs. We're gonna do ad libs. We're gonna build on it. You know, harmonize and shit. And so that early stage, like I look back and I cringe when I listen to that music. Like that music is so bad, but like it is really beautiful though. Seeing like how far I've been able to like grow as an artist and like elevate my sounds and just get better at what I'm trying to do. So
yeah, how would you describe it though?
How would I describe it?
Back then,
back then I was trying to be like a Lil Pump. Like I was trying to at the time, because that's what I was really listening to at the time growing up. It was like Kodak Black. That was that 2016 XXL class that just came out, and so those were kind of like my influences at the time. totally ignoring the stuff my dad put me onto when I was a little kid. And then once I got out here and I moved, that's when like I guess my musical taste kind of completely shifted, and I started listening to more like, you know, rappers and like Jay-Z again. That's where I started bringing that back up, and then, you know, I got into Frank Ocean, his catalog, and that completely shifted the way I view music. So.
You said Frank Ocean. I know you got a tattoo.
Oh, of course. That's my number one. Like,
I know you got a lot of layers on right now, but maybe we can like throw up a picture.
Yeah, we'll throw it up.
Yeah.
Shout out Frank, bro. Shout out Frank. Blonde is the best album of all time. I'm saying that right now. Blonde is the best album of all time, right? Bro.
We have some people on the Juice who agree with that sentiment that, you know, Frank is Frank.
Frank is top 5, and he's not 5, 4, 3, or 2, or he's one. There it is.
You mentioned your inspirations. What would you say your current inspirations are that impact or influence your music right now, the music you're making right now?
I love pulling from like life experiences, so that's like my main influence. Is like everything I really try to put in my songs is like how I'm really feeling in the moment, how I'm like really living. And but as far as like musical inspirations, there's so many, bro. Like I love listening to any genre. So I mean, anything from like right now I'm bumping a lot of like if Soli Had, he's underground, he's from around here. I'm still bumping a lot of Frank to the daily. Daniel Caesar, super hard. Montel Fish, hard. I love Yachty. I like the Yachty. Like I mix it up, you know, a bunch of different artists.
You're still coming up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know you just recently hit 40,000 on the lead single.
Shout out to everybody's listening, showing love. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you just hit 40,000 on I'm Alright, your lead single, to Fish Scales, which we'll get into a little bit later. But you're still local. You're still coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you say that your sound differentiates from not just artists who are mainstream, but people around from where you're from?
I think there's a lot of people that's like local, or a lot of people kind of just around like the same boat I'm in. Is they're kind of like, it's a risky stage in a career, and like you're trying to figure out what works and what clicks. And I think we get so caught up in that sometimes that a lot of people, especially like my peers, they're scared to experiment. So I think that's what kind of separates me, is like I'm gonna give you like some Detroit style beat, and then I'm gonna come back on a ballad, all guitar, no drums, and just sing. So like, I think that's what can kind of like separate me, is like I'm not afraid to try new things. I'm not afraid to lose, and I'm just trying to have fun and make music that I like listening to and music I enjoy. And I just hope when I share it, you know, y'all out there appreciate it.
Fish Scales came out a few months ago, but that was your last album. I know there was a lot of build-up. There's a lot of meaning behind that to you. Tell me, first off, what Fish Scales means to you, and then tell me the whole process of making that album up to release date.
Funny enough, like a lot of my creative process really starts where like I'll find a name for something, and at the time I'm like, I got no clue what it really means. I remember one day I was just really in my room, and I was working on some songs, and I wish I remember what song I was working on that day. But I wrote in my notes real quick, like Fish Scales for some reason. I remember going back a couple days later, and I already had pictured the cover in my head. I already had it. And so like that's where I started working on the songs. And then once I started making a couple of songs, I was looking at what I was talking about, and I was like, okay, now I see the connection. Like the Fish Scales is like representing kind of how I escape from adversity, and I gotta put that like tough skin on. Like I'm wearing fish scales, I'm underwater, I'm under pressure, and it's just about me trying to swim to the top. And that's what the whole like trying to get over in that album is just coming over all that adversity and all those things that were blocking my mental and my progression and shit like that.
The track list starts off with Avoid My Depression, so let's talk about that first. I know the story about making it. I would like to hear you tell me again, and the people who are listening, what the process was of making Avoid My Depression, a very deep, personal song to you.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cuts on the album for sure. That song kind of started, I love the story behind it. So I was working with an engineer over in Jersey at the studio in Totowa called 973 Studios. I linked up with this engineer called Mixed by the Best. Goes by Pat Rosario is his real name. And he's super fire, super talented, super great engineer. We was working together for a really long time, and his career just like off the charts, took off. And so he went out to LA for a really long time, and he had came back, and he posted on his story like, I'm home for the holidays, I'm trying to get in a session with a couple artists I used to record around here. And reached out, and I was like, bro, like, yeah, I would love to lock in again. Like, it's been so long since we last recorded. And then he just liked my message, and so I was like, damn, Like, he's not really, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to get in the studio with him, whatever. 2 days later, I was on campus. I get a call in the middle of class. I go out. I'm like, yo, what's this number? And he's like, yo, this studio manager. Yo, Pat was telling me you're second on his list. We're trying to get you in. I was like, oh, shit. At the time, though, I was really, really, really sick. Like, I had really bad fever, cold, whatever was going on. I felt like I was dying. And so I remember I was like, what's like the nearest day you got? And he was like, oh, tomorrow. And I was like, oh, shit. So I remember I went home that night. I whipped out my notepad. I was writing for hours, surfing through beats, writing songs. Next day, I was like, all right, maybe I'll just feel better the next day. Wake up, still feel trash. I'm like, oh, no, it's bad. So real quick, just started downing the NyQuil or whatever, the Dayquil, before I went in the studio, powered through it. And then that session, I made Avoid My Depression and 2 a.m. in Totowa, all in the same session, which now are like two of probably one of people would say my most popular songs in my catalog right now. So it's crazy. Just that's like more of everything, right? Like, no matter what you're going through, that's like perfect for the album. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just telling you about how you got to push yourself and find new limits, and that's what that was all about. It's just like I knew this was a once in a lifetime opportunity. I couldn't miss it, and there was nothing that was gonna take me away from being there. It's all about chasing that craft and passion and building off of that.
One of your bars on Avoid My Depression, if I remember correctly, is, you can't read my facial expression, that's why I got it tatted, trying to avoid my depression. Mm-hmm. What does that mean to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I got a tattoo a while back. It's right on below my knee. And what it is basically is, like, you know how like a smiley face is like a semicolon, parenthesis, and another semicolon? So I got both of it. So like, depending on how you look at it, it's either smiling or it's either like frowning or whatever. But the beauty of it is, like, when I look at it, you read left to right, I'll always see the smiley face first. So it kind of was like a reminder to like smile more, and then it's just basically, it depends how you look at life in every situation. You can look at it positive, you can look at it negative. You just got to find the beauty in what the struggle is. Find the beauty in the struggle for sure.
Some of your most popular songs, you said Avoid My Depression, I'm Alright. You also said 2 a.m. in Totowa, Freestyle, and I know that has an important place in your heart. Tell me what that song did for you and what you got from that, or what you got out of that.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Vito Malnicki, professional boxer. In this song, I name dropped him. We got in contact, reached out. We went out there to DC. I was able to design clothing for his whole team, and then got the opportunity to walk him out for his fight. And I felt like a little like kid on Christmas, bro. Like, that was like a dream come true. Like, hearing my song in a fucking arena, bro, is crazy. Walking out there, and it was a little earlier in the day, so like, I remember looking out there, and you could like really see the people, because we're a little spread out, and it was just like, wow, bro, it's crazy. The energy right now is like, bro, people are looking at me like I really did something, and it's like, that's all I ever really wanted. Especially when I first started, there was a lot of people, like you said, I was in that SoundCloud sound, they was making fun of me, I was getting dragged in high school, so it was like such a full coming moment where people are starting to look at me like, this kid kind of looks like he's doing something, you know what I mean? And so that was just such a beautiful moment. I'll never, like, that's one thing, like, one day I'm gonna tell my kids about that shit. Like, I'm gonna show them pictures, like, yeah, I really did that one day, So yeah.
You made clothes for Vito Malnicki Jr. What is that brand? Tell me about it.
Oh, my brand? So my brand is called Sourpuss. It originally started out because my first ever mixtape under Sammy Sooks I put out was called Sourpuss. And I had got a flyer done, and the guy had made me a logo, put it on a flyer. I was going around businesses asking if I could put it up in their window. I was stapling it to like telephone poles and shit. And I was just really out there hustling. And my dad was like, shout out to my dad, bro. Like, can't even, let me just take a break real quick. Shout out to my dad. Like, he helped me with so much stuff, like, especially a lot of the thought process and business and teaching me so much stuff. But yeah, my dad was like, why don't you just throw it on a shirt and start selling it as merch? I was like, you're a genius, bro. Like, what? That's like, I would have never, like, you know what I'm saying? And put it on, started selling it, started picking up a little bit. People were like liking it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just make this like my brand. And so now I'm like, kind of took a little step back from putting out clothes consistently, but I do want to like see it in the future, kind of just be something I can like have an alias to like just create shit under, because that's like what I love the most is like just being able to create and give people, content, be able to connect with people and make people like just maybe for like 3 minutes of their day, just get to watch something, get entertainment, get a laugh, if you're going through something tough, like give you a song that you can maybe relate to. So that's what that whole brand kind of came from and stemmed from. And the word, I know people always get on me about the word. They're like, yo, what does that even mean? Like, where'd you get that from? And that was the same process where I was like, I kind of name shit before I really, really know what it is. And I was trying to come up with mixtape names. I'm like, sourpuss. I'm going to do sourpuss. That sounds fly. Like, that sounds dope. And then a couple days later, I was like, yo, why did I think of sourpuss? And I remembered, like, back growing up, my mom, she used to call me a sourpuss. Like, as in, like, why you got, like, such a sour face? Like, why are you always in a bad mood, throwing tantrums and shit? So that's where that name came from.
Got you.
Yeah.
You did shows in Philly, Newark, Atlanta, East Coast mainly. You did not perform in front of thousands. You did not perform in front of hundreds. You performed with 50 max. How is it performing in front of a small crowd and acting like you're the guy and everything else?
Right. I just watched this Dave Chappelle special the other day, and he said this like amazing quote in it, like, you have to be the biggest dreamer in every room that you're in if you ever want to make it in life. Like, you have to believe in yourself to the point of delusion. Like, you have to have so much confidence that you make other people believe in you. So every time I'm in those rooms, like, I don't care how many people. It could be 2 people. It could be my stepmom and my dad in front of me. I'm still going to give them 100% of my energy because that's what's the most important part. You're only going to get better if you perform your best, you give people your best, and that's how people start to gravitate towards you. It's just projecting that energy of like, we got 25 people in here. Well, I'm gonna make a connection with that, like 25 people. So, I love doing that too. It's like being like interactive with the crowd, engaging the crowd, slowing songs down, breaking songs down with them. Because I feel like when you have those small shows, it's way more like on an intimate level than it would be, in front of thousands. Like when I walked out Vito, I wasn't like, stopping, looking at somebody. They knew the words. Like, nobody knew who I was. At least when you got 25 people, there's a good chance, you sold at least half those tickets. So, yeah, it's dope. I don't mind it, It's definitely humbling, too. It's like, it gives you something to, like, or maybe this year I want to do a bigger show. Now I want to start getting on festivals. It gives you something to work towards, too.
I know you have a lot on your plate coming up, but I want you to tell the people of the Juice what you got coming up, what's next for not just you as an artist, but your brand and you as an individual in 2024.
2024, man. Shout out. That's crazy. It's crazy.
Shout out 2024, right?
We're getting old, bro. My God, time flies. But no, this year, like, I kind of wanted to. I feel like I kind of let off the gas a little bit to end out like the last year. So to start off this year, I went out to Atlanta, and it was really kind of like a resetting and getting adjusted and focused. And I came back here, and it's like a whole different mindset. Like now, I'm like every day, it's like, okay, look, what can we do today to win today? And let's just build up wins for the rest of the year. And like, we gonna look back at the end of this year and be like, wow, bro, we won like 200 something days. You're gonna have your bad days. You're gonna have those days where you don't win. But if you can get 300 wins in this year, Sam, when you look back, that's what I'm telling myself, like, that's a good year. So I just been attacking shit day by day, making a list, like, what can I do today? What can I do this week? What can I do this month? Break it down by goals and then just go for it. And it's like, right now, I'm working on just being more consistent, staying, getting good content out there, working on a lot of new music. I'm working on this EP right now. It's a different sound. I'm doing a lot more with ballads, so just focusing more on trying to perfect that sound, and then definitely promoting all the old stuff still, because the old stuff is classics to me. And I know the true supporters out there, the few, but the true ones, they out there, they know that song. Those songs need a little bit of more love too. So as an ode to myself and kind of the journey, I wanted to make sure I get everything I can out of everything that I've put in so far, because I think the last couple of years we've built a strong foundation. Now this is the year. 24, we doing more. You know what I'm saying? 24, we better than we was before. That's
Kobe
the whole
year.
mindset.
Kobe year, right?
Yeah.
You got the Sunday freestyles.
Oh, that too.
As well.
Don't forget about that. Yeah, this you're gonna catch it every single Sunday on my page at Sammy Sooks on Instagram. I freestyle over classic beats, and that project started actually on accident. I was working with somebody over at a music label. I'm not going to say what label it was. And he was doing promotional work for me, and he was helping me get songs published. and you know the BET award show, right? Yeah. So they have like a cipher every year, and it was like, this was 2021, and he reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, they're looking for somebody to come in the cipher. I want you to rap on 4 classic beats, and then just to make videos for him, send them over." I was like, "All right, bet. Remember, I got right to work. I called up my videographer. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fly you up 2 days from now. Let's go." I got down, made them all, sent them over. Month goes by, and I hear nothing. I'm like, "Ah, shit, they didn't like me, whatever." And then I get an email forwarded from the label, the BET guys, and I'm like, holy shit, this is BET. I'm reading it. It's like, "Oh, your Sammy Sukes has made it past the first round of like cuts, blah blah blah, whatever. We'll let you further information or whatever." And I'm like, oh my god, this is it. This is my chance. And then got snatched from me real quick. And then they ended up going with some other girl who was like a lot more popular than me. They told me that like I didn't have a big enough following. And I remember my immediate reaction was like, damn, bro. My immediate reaction was like, damn, bro, like that's so tough. And you know, instead of being upset over it though, I kind of thought about it. I'm like, well, I mean, the videos are really good, the raps are really good. Let me just put these out for like people to watch. And so I started posting them on my YouTube. A lot of people loved it, loved the idea, and I was like, I'm gonna start doing this more consistently. And then, like I said, kind of stepped back, started letting my foot off the gas a little bit. So kind of as an ode to myself this year is like, let's do it every single Sunday. Like, push yourself. Like, you gonna make it work. You don't got a video this week. It's Friday night. You better get to work. You ain't going to sleep tonight. Like, call up my editors. Call up, you know, we call my videographer. We gonna meet here. We gonna shoot this video. We gonna get, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's gonna be a good challenge. They gotta put out like a money line or like an under/over of like how many weeks I'm gonna make it out of the year. I think maybe I'm gonna give myself like maybe like 1 skip week. No, I'm playing. I'm gonna do 52 of them.
I want to thank you so much for making the trip up to Syracuse. It's cold. It's not warm.
It's the tundra out here,
It's
man.
the tundra. I want to thank you so much for coming up here, being our first interview for the Juice this year. Wishing you the best of luck, and I'm sure we all are excited to see what you have next.
I appreciate it, man. And yeah, shout out to everybody who's been supporting me since day one from home. And like I said, maybe this is the year, maybe not. Who knows? We'll see where this journey takes us. But I'm here for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
I just stop recording, right? I don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah. Damn, I'm sweating.
All right.